Okay, we're back live for video number 3. So if you're watching the replay, so glad you're here. Thank you. I have also been uploading these videos to YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for being here, and be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell icon so you'll be notified when a new video is uploaded. Sherry is back. Thank you. I'm going to find the video on iPad. There it is. So we can kind of watch for comments too. And we'll wait just a little bit to let people find it in their newsfeed. So we have another fun project for you. This one is super simple, but super shiny. And we have a fun technique to teach you for backgrounds. And I have not done this one, gosh, it's probably been 4 or 5 years. So it was fun to pull this one back out of my crafting arsenal. It's a little bit messy. Lid on is back. Can you see comments, Dave? Let me see. Yeah, right there. Yeah, that's it. Lisa's back. Hello again, Lisa. So I want to start out on this video, we use that little mini paper pumpkin box. And I want to talk about paper pumpkin for just a minute. Baby Ruth is back. Good. Robbie. So I want to talk about paper pumpkin for just a minute. I know a lot of you are subscribers, but some are not. So this also is a great craft kit for any level crafter. What's awesome about Paper Pumpkin is everything that you need to create the project is in the box when it arrives in your mailbox. And each month we have until the 10th to subscribe. So boxes just started shipping this past week, or will early this next week. And so I bet they've already shipped. Yeah, I did get my shipping notification. So we have until the 10th of September to subscribe for the September box. And we did find out this week that September's kit is called Hello Pumpkin, and it is 20 cracker box little treat holders. So I always love the September kit. It's so much fun to have those little treat holders, and it's always one of the most popular Paper Pumpkin kits with my customers. And I do always get a second kit each month, so if you ever miss out, let me know. It usually goes very quickly, but I just like being able to offer that as kind of a little service to have one on hand. I probably do have a couple of past Paper Pumpkin kits, probably starting, March? I think I've got a March and a May. So let me know if you've missed one and you want to go back. Let me get this out of the way and we'll go ahead and get started. I think we've got several of you back. Okay, we are going to start out this time. I debated. I think we're going to go ahead and do the technique, and then we'll come back in and I'll show you the project. So like I said, this is going to get a little bit messy. Do you see my silicone craft sheet there? So I've got some chipboard here to kind of control the mess so that I can move it out of the way and still put the card together. Again, we're using the Cute Fruit stamp set. And right quick, let me just show you again, so many images that we're not getting to use today. Dale actually used our Stamparatus and the hinge step technique that we showed a class or two ago to add these little citrus slices. So be sure to check this out. Like I said, the link to the beginner brochure is on our group. It is a really cute stamp set. So much fun to work with. Okay, we are actually going to take just a kind of a scrap of Whisper White, and we're going to do this a couple of times because it goes kind of quickly, and I don't want you to miss it. So this is a re-inker technique. Dale, am I in a good spot on the mat where they can see really well?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So we're going to just open up all the re-inkers, and we are going to use about 3 or 4 drops each time. The other thing that you need, now the silicone craft sheet, this is going to allow me to use the re-inker, get a little bit messy, wipe it off with a paper towel, and we're good to go again. If you don't have one of these silicone craft sheets, you need to pick one up. I think they're $5 in adhesive, liquid glue, even hot glue. Like, I totally ruined one of my mats, and if I'd had one of these and the hot glue gun on this, that never would have happened. So this is such a useful little tool in our crafting. You're also going to want like an old credit card or gift card to do this technique. I like to keep an old gift card in my craft room anyway, so that when I'm making gift card holders, I can make sure that I'm doing it the right size and it's going to fit in. I'm not putting too much adhesive, that type thing. So it's nice to have one in your craft room anyway, and the ink just wipes off of these. So what we're going to do, we are using Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody, and I've already got ink on me, y'all. Give me just a second. And also Daffodil Delight. And like I said, we're going to put about 3 or 4 drops of each of the re-inker on the cardstock. You don't want them to mix. And for some reason, my Daffodil Delight does not want to come out. Then you're going to take that credit card and just swipe down the paper, and you want to do it in one smooth motion. And then let me grab a paper towel right quick so I can do a little bit of quick cleanup. No, it's okay. So there you go. That's the background that we've made. Now, this piece of cardstock is about 5 1/4 by 2 1/2. It's okay. I can get it, thank you. Let me wipe this up right quick so I don't make too much of a mess. Okay, so it's about 5 1/4 by 2 1/2. So you always want to make sure that you're cutting your cardstock larger than what you actually need, because you can see that that ink kind of splashed back on the end, and here where you put the drops, you're always going to have those drops. So we're going to set this one aside and let it dry, and we're going to do another one. Have y'all seen this technique before? It had been quite a while since I'd done it, so I wanted to share it with y'all, and I thought this worked out really well with the cute fruit. Anybody done this before?
No comments.
Okay, let me place that there.
So she does.
You've done it before, LD? A little bit messy, but I think it's so worth it.
Oh, I'm sorry. She said she had not.
Oh, you have not? Okay. All right, let's try it one more time.
Robbie says no.
Oops. I may have already messed up, huh?
Can't miss this.
Dale says you can't mess this up. I mean, you really can't. We'll show you some of the ones we did the other day. Okay, here we go. All ready? Oh, that one turned out cool. Okay, let me grab a damp paper towel. Or any paper towel. Is that the last one?
I don't think.
Okay. Get that excess ink. So this is one you want to be prepared when you sit down for cleanup as well.
Babe Ruth said she has not done it.
You have not done it? Okay. Well, good. I hope y'all get to learn something new today. So you can see, I kind of like this one a lot. Both of them look good though. You do have to put some pretty firm pressure down. Oh, that one's really wet. Let me just clean up a little bit here so I don't end up with it all over my fingers and mess up our card. Okay, now think of all the different color combinations you could do. How fun. Let me bring in a couple that we worked on earlier and kind of show you what can happen if you don't put enough pressure or you don't use enough ink. So like on this one, you've got these lines in between. Now, could you use that? Sure. It just gives you that different effect. So this is just not using quite enough of the re-inker drops. And then this one turned out really good. This one's a nice clean one. Went all the way to the edges. Here's another one where I just didn't put enough pressure probably. And you do want to go all the way down in one stroke. You don't want to backtrack because if you do, then you get this hot mess. But I'll show you what we're going to be doing with these pieces in just a little bit. And so all of these are still usable. Now I'm going to want all of these to dry for a bit before I use them. Let me just cover my re-inkers so that I don't end up with a mess. So this is just one of the uses for your re-inkers that's kind of outside of the box. You know, I encourage you when you buy your ink pads to always go ahead and pick up the re-inker as well. As long as you have that re-inker, you can go in and add ink to your ink pad and you're still able to use it. So I'm just doing a little bit more cleanup, you guys. Sorry. It'll take just a second. I think I'm actually going to just pull this whole piece of chipboard out. That was a good idea. And get it out of the way so we can make our next project. So this is the card that we made and basically took a die to cut out from that background that we made to stamp our sentiment. So I thought it turned out super cute. And then let me pull in, I told you about the rainbow glimmer paper, and that is where this background comes from. A piece of 4 by 5 1/4 rainbow glimmer paper. Now I love the glimmer paper that Stampin' Up! Offers. So many times when you get a glittery paper, when you're die cutting or punching or even just cutting it on your trimmer, you end up with glitter everywhere. And Stampin' Up! It does not come off. When you're punching, die cutting, cutting into it, it's really good.
Sherry, LaDonna, and Jan, and Baby Ruth said they're all on board with it.
Okay, awesome. So this is another technique I'd love to see if you do this at home, what you come up with, because all of the different color combinations, there's so much you can do with this. Now, if you wanted a larger piece, you could try maybe some Thick Whisper white cardstock to use in place of the credit card or gift card. And you can actually put several drops of the ink across. You don't have to just do 3. That's just what we did this time to kind of coordinate with the colors that we're using.
Jenkins says beautiful.
Good. I know, it's really neat. And it's going to be different every time. So part of the reason why I wanted to show you the ones that we worked on earlier is to let you know that you can continue to use each of them even if some of the end pieces don't look so great. So let me show you the Stitch So Sweetly dies. This is actually the one we're going to use. Can I have one of those backgrounds, Dale? we have these really large dies, and I don't know about you, but I tend not to use them as much. So this cuts out from the center of this strip that you've done. So I thought that looked really cool. You could even come in with one of the other Stitch So Sweetly dies. Like I've got a lot of ink on that edge, so I may bring it down closer to the end for this one. So it just gives you a chance to use some of these large. Let me pull one of these. This is from the Tasteful Touches, thanks Dee, dies. So that's a great one too. So you just can see when you move it to the different areas the effect that you get. So I thought that was really cool. And it gives you a chance to use some of those big dies. So we actually, because it needs to dry, we actually have already die cut the piece that we're going to use for our sentiment. So this one turned out really pretty. And I cut this card base a little bit differently. It's 11 by 4 1/4 and then scored at 5 1/2. So let's go ahead and put, oops, I dropped the envelope. Let's go ahead and put our inside panel. Now you could certainly come in. We put the lemon and lime slices on the outside of the card. You could certainly stamp those if you wanted to on the inside too. And I hope everybody has their mystery stamping supplies ready, because we'll be doing that after this demonstration. And this card won't take long at all to get it put together. Give that glue a little chance to dry. And isn't this glimmer paper awesome? So it's a pretty simple card. When you've got glimmer paper, what? It's not glitter? It's glimmer. What? Yeah, I did. Dal wants me to tell you that it doesn't shed, which I already did. And you can tell. I mean, with regular glitter paper, there would already be glitter everywhere. So you're not losing that beautiful shine. Okay, we have a lot of confidence in me because we're going to be stamping on our sentiment that we die cut, and I don't have a backup, so let me grab my mat and get that sentiment stamped. Got a little bit of glue on my fingers. Okay, we're going to use some jet black StazOn ink. And this sentiment says, wishing you a slice of happiness. Let me ink that up. So I chose the jet black since we're stamping over the ink color. And I may need to stand up so I can kind of get in a better place here. Let's see if I can get it situated. Y'all know I have my camera up above with a light. Let's see how it did. Not great. Okay, give us just a second and we'll die cut from one of those other strips. I re-inked this ink pad yesterday, but not enough apparently. Let me try that one more time here on the back. Is that the one we re-inked? Yeah? I thought so too. Okay, give us just a second. Dale's gonna die cut right quick for us. Oh, that was really quick, Dale. He must have had that one waiting in the wings. Okay, let's see if I can get lined up again here. We're going to go with it no matter what, but a little wonky, but that's okay. I'll get the idea. Okay, then I also have, because you've already seen us stamping the fruit, we weren't going to go ahead and stamp those again on camera. But I did want to show you, this is that same watermelon image that is now a lime. And we've got a lemon also. So this is, now we can go ahead and use the punch.
Donna says it's perfect.
Yeah, I wish I could figure out a different way to line that stuff up above me, but I've got to have the light, and I love the stand that I have. So, okay, so there is our lime, and let me find a lemon, and we'll punch it out too. So I thought this was a good trick. It's not perfect, it doesn't line up perfectly, but that's okay. If you were doing a bunch of citrus, this would really save you some time. And this time I trimmed really close to the slices. Let me find my Wink of Stella again, because they definitely, if you can see on this card, that really adds something. And we did use Granny Apple Green and Soft Seafoam. So the darker for the rind is the Granny Apple Green, and then the actual lime is Soft Seafoam, which I thought made a perfect lime. We did a lot of experimentation with the different colors. And I got green ink in my Daffodil ink. Daffodil Delight ink pad, you guys. I had to borrow LaDonna's, because mine is pretty messed up. I think we've got most of the green off, but don't try that at home. It did not work out well. So isn't that cute, the little lemons and limes? That's so funny that the watermelon, I guess it's a watermelon stamp, could be a lemon or lime stamp. But that is just really versatile. I like that. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring our card back in and find our placement here. I think we'll go back underneath the sentiment with that one. And bring this one in, kind of like that other one. So let's go ahead and adhere this one down first. Oops. I can't wait to see if y'all try these, like rock and roll and this re-inker technique. There was a really bright green. Gosh, I can't remember the name of it. We all thought we would just die when they took it away, when they retired it. What was that green? LaDonna, do you remember, or Baby Ruth?
I don't
It was
remember.
really bright, and it retired last year. That was when I first learned to do this technique, was when that was a new in color. Is that pretty straight, Dee? Gosh, it slipped my mind. It'll come to me. Let me find dimensionals to add this other little slice. And then this card will be done. Memory's not what it used to be, y'all. Okay, let's come in with this one, say right about here. And I'm popping it up, of course. Just adhered the sentiment down in that lemon. So there you go. Super easy card to create.
Call me Clover.
But fun. No, it wasn't Call Me Clover. It'll come to me. It was really, really bright. Gosh.
Just lime.
Lemon Lime Twist. Yes, that's what it was. So we had a really bright pink and lemon lime twist, and that's what we used the re-anchor technique on the very first time I did it. It was bright, y'all. You think these colors are bright? That was really something. So I hope you guys will try this. And let's move some things around, and we will get ready for our mystery stamping. Let me grab my list of clues while you guys grab your supplies. Look, it doesn't even look like we did anything messy. That piece of chipboard worked great. Okay, I'm going to bring that piece of glimmer paper back in. Oh, it's so pretty, you guys. So there's a little background here because, of course, I will not show you my mystery stamping card until you have completed yours. I have already posted the thread for the mystery stamping cards. So be sure that you post your project on that thread so that you are entered for a chance to win the Cute Fruit stamp set. I will be doing that giveaway. We'll use a random number generator, so I will announce the winner Tuesday evening at 6. And again, it is darling. I hope y'all have enjoyed the projects today. We didn't use the kiwi. We didn't use any of the little faces that can go on the fruit. So there's still so much more you can do with this stamp set. 17 photopolymer stamps. And do you know how I know that? It says right here, 17. So that may be something that you're not aware of. But it always tells you here how many stamps are in your set. So that can be helpful when you're putting them away to make sure you have everything. Okay. You guys ready? Let us know in the comments if you're ready to start mystery stamping. You had clue number 1 and clue number 2 with your tools that you needed and your supplies that you needed. And I did tag a couple people there.
Ladonna's ready.
Ladonna's ready. Okay.
Sherry's ready.
All right. Well, let's get
Dan's
started.
ready.
Okay, good deal.
Robbie.
Robbie? Okay.
Mary.
Good deal. Glad y'all are all ready.
And Ruth.
Baby Ruth. Yay. Okay, I think we're ready for clue number 3. Is to fold your card base on the score line. So the measurements this time for your card base, you had 11 inches by 4 1/4 inches, scored at 5 1/2. So fold your card base on the score line and then let us know when you're done.
Becky's ready.
I'm glad you're doing it, Becky. I'm glad you found the clues. If you'll type in clue 3 done or 3 done so we know how much time to give you before we move on. And just remember there's about a 10 to 20 second delay on the video before we see your comments.
Dan's done. Robbie's done.
Good.
Baby Ruth's done.
Okay. I think we're ready then to go to clue number 4, which is stamp your image on the 4 inch by 3 inch piece of white cardstock to create your background. And if you have a stamp that's conducive to the rock and roll technique, Feel free to use that. Number 4 is stamp the image on your 4" by 3" piece of white cardstock to create your background. And then let us know when you have number 4 done. Rock and roll is fun. So it's just going to kind of depend on what image you chose, whether you can use that. But you can try it on something else later if it doesn't work this time. And we do have the virtual share post also. So let us know when you have your stamping done. Number 4 done in the comments when you're ready to move on.
Becky's done.
Okay, good job.
Baby Ruth's done.
Okay. We'll give a little bit more time for a couple more people to get number 4.
Sherry.
So glad y'all are stamping with us today. I've really enjoyed the mystery stamping, seeing the projects that you make and how different they all are with the same basic supplies. It's really cool.
Jan and LaDonna.
Okay, well let's go ahead and move on to clue number 5. Again, if you want to use your rock and roll technique, you can. You're going to stamp your focal image, and then the panel that goes on the inside of your card, that's, I believe I had you dimensions of 5" by 3 3/4. If you want that image on the inside, now is the time to stamp it as well. So your focal image on that scrap piece of white or light colored cardstock, and then also on your inside panel if desired. That is clue number 5. And just let us know when you're done with clue 5. I love that we're doing a lot of stamping this time. So be sure to type in clue 5 done or 5 done when you finish that step. And this one may take a little bit more time as well.
Robbie's done.
Okay.
Baby Ruth's done.
Okay.
Sherry's done.
Good deal. We'll let a couple more finish clue 5 and then we'll move on. There's quite a few steps on this card. Anybody else done with clue 5? Give just a little bit longer.
Jan's done.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move to clue number 6. And that is to adhere your inside layer. That layer that you may or may not have stamped to the inside of your card base. If you chose to use an inside panel for a darker card base, or if you just like that more finished look, you don't have to do that, but go ahead and adhere the inside layer. And that's clue number 6. Just let us know when you're done with clue 6.
Okay, Ruth's done with clue 6.
Okay. You're adhering that inside panel. Just let us know when you're done with clue number 6. Excuse me.
Sherry's done.
Okay,
LaDonna's done.
good.
Bobby's done.
All right, let's move on to clue number 7. You're going to want to punch or die cut your focal image and the mat for it for clue number 7. So punch or die cut your focal image and the mat. And when you're done with clue 7, let us know. Clue 7 is punch or die cut your focal image and the mat. And go ahead and adhere those together too for clue number 7.
Sherry's done.
Okay, good deal. Guys are working fast today. Let us know when you're done with clue 7.
And Ruth's done.
Okay. Thanks for letting us know. Give just a little bit longer.
LaDonna's done.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and move on to clue number 8. You should have a piece of designer series paper that's 5 1/4 by 4 inches. You want to go ahead and adhere it to the front of your card base. Clue number 8. Adhere your designer series paper to the front of your card base. And let us know when you're done with clue number 8. Can't wait to see what supplies y'all chose. Clue 8 is to adhere your designer series paper to the front of your card base. just let us know in the comments when you've got clue 8 done.
Baby Ruth done with clue 8.
Okay. Are you making 1 or 2 cards this time, Baby Ruth? You're usually an overachiever.
Madonna said it had to be Christmas supplies.
Oh, Madonna's using Christmas supplies. Well, that is such a shock to no one.
Sherry and Robbie are done.
Okay.
Baby Ruth's doing 2.
Baby Ruth is doing 2. Again, not a shock. And you know, you might as well make 2, right? If you're cutting supplies, might as well. Then you've got those cards on hand when you need them. Okay, I think we have enough that are done with clue 8 to move on to clue number 9. You're going to adhere that stamped background, so that 4 by 3 inch piece of white cardstock, adhere that to the mat. It's just a little bit larger from a coordinating cardstock. And then once you adhere that to that mat, go ahead and add that to the front of your card on top of your Designer Series paper. So clue number 9 is to adhere your stamped background to the mat of cardstock and then add it to the front of your card on top of your DSP. And let us know when you're done with clue number 9. Now you'll see why I said there's so many steps on this one. It's going to turn out cute though. And just let us know when you're done with clue number 9. Jan and Mary White still with us? Are they still?
Sherry needs you to repeat the
Number 9?
yes.
Okay, clue number 9. You have your 3 inch by 4 inch piece of white that you stamped your background. And you want to adhere it to the mat of cardstock. So you should have a piece then that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 to mat that. Now you don't have to, but if you want to, mat that stamped background and then add that to your card front. That's clue number 9, so just let us know when you have it complete.
Okay, Sherry says she's done.
Okay.
Becky says she's going a little bit off.
Okay, you going off plan here, Becky? That's okay.
She had an inspiration.
Okay, good. We will look forward to seeing your card.
Mary says she got a little behind. And
Oh,
she's
okay.
going to go catch up
Okay,
on the video.
okay. I'm just glad y'all are all jumping in and participating.
Donna's done and Robbie's done.
Okay. Well, let's move on to clue number 10. Go ahead and add that focal image that you matted to your card front. And if you're questioning whether or not you should pop it up, yes, you should. clue 10, add your focal image to your card front. And just let us know when you finish clue number 10.
Judy Kirsten.
Hi, Judy. Glad you're here. This part may not make much sense. We're doing our mystery stamping.
My Baby Ruth's done with step 10.
Okay, good deal. So, Judy, you'll find the mystery stamping supply and measurement clues in a post in our group. And so then what we do is we go through and we create together at the end of class with supplies you have at home that you've prepared. And we are actually on clue number 11, 10. We're on clue number 10 right now. To add your focal image. Anybody else done? Just Baby Ruth?
Your focal image may have been made.
Everybody have your focal image added? There's a little bit of a delay, so just let us know if you have clue 10 done.
Sure is done.
Okay. And clue 11 is optional if you would like to add embellishments, which, why wouldn't you? But if you want to add embellishments, that's clue number 11.
Donna's done with clue 10.
Okay.
Jan's done with clue 10.
Okay. So clue 11 is optional. If you would like to add embellishments, go ahead and do that. And then just let us know when you're done with clue 11.
Baby Ruth, Robbie.
Okay, good deal. Clue 12 is also optional, and that is to stamp your envelope or add a little piece of your scrap designer series paper, just something to embellish your envelope so you don't have a naked envelope. That is clue 12. It is also optional. Just let us know when you're done with clue 11 and clue 12. Or I guess if you're just done. If you've chosen not to add those embellishments or decorate your envelope. I've gotten where I really love decorated envelopes though.
Baby Ruth is done.
Okay. Good deal. Wait for a couple more and then I will show you my mystery stamping card. And I'll tell you that we chose to use the banana image from the Cute Fruit stamp set. And I did rock and roll too.
done. Jan's
Okay.
done.
Okay. Well, I'll show you the inside of the card first. We've got a bunch of bananas stamped up here in the corner. And I chose to use Gorgeous Grape card base and orient it this way. And then use the banana image to stamp my background. Did Rock and Roll for this focal image. And we did add the little smile sentiment. That's a tiny little sentiment from this cute fruit stamp set. So clue, what were we on? I think 13. If you wanted to go back and add a sentiment, you could. If you want to stamp a greeting on the inside, thought I'd leave that up to you once you had your card finished. So I thought this turned out super cute. It does make me smile. It looks kind of silly, but that's okay. And I'll bring that a little closer. Hopefully you can see how I did the rock and roll technique on that banana. I thought that turned out really cool. Made it look so realistic, and it just made it pop more from that background where I just stamped. I think we used Daffodil Delight for the banana after we got it from LaDonna, since my ink pad has green on it. So that's it, y'all, for our cute fruit stamp class. Hope you had fun this morning and hope you learned a couple new techniques or tips. It's always fun to stamp with you. Cannot wait to see your mystery stamping cards. I also love the way that you capture them with your photography and your staging. That's exciting too. So be sure and post your mystery stamping card. You have until Tuesday, probably about 5:30 p.m. Central Time, to get your picture up on that mystery stamping thread to be entered for a chance to win the stamp set. And then let's see, what else? Is there anything else?
Like, Becky wants to know what rock and roll was.
Rock and roll was in, what, the very first video? Yeah. You can check that replay, Becky, of the technique of doing rock and roll in the ink pad to add some extra ink in a darker color. I'll tag you in that video so you can find it easier. So I will also post my August host code in case there's some supplies that you need to pick up. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you have questions about the supplies we used or any of the tools that we use, let me know.
Mary said the card's cute.
Oh, thank you. I thought it turned out cute. I've really enjoyed using this stamp set. It's lots of fun. So thanks so much for joining us, you guys, and we'll see you later. Talk to you soon.